Hi guys, it's Sam here with Bargain Hunting Blonde, and today I'm bringing you another handbags I'm selling and why video. So as you guys have known, if you've seen any of my other videos in 2021, I have been cataloging my handbag collection and going through and just selling bags that I have not used literally in years. Some of them more recent, but some of them literally years. Just because I have a tendency to buy doubles, and then when I buy doubles, I have a tendency to buy like different colors, and I stick to like one color. That's actually the reason for two of these bags, and then another I'll explain to you, it's just like functionality wise doesn't work for me. But I am definitely on a roll with selling bags. I just realized I have a lot, I don't need them all, and I don't use them all, and I'd rather them go to good homes where they're used. And I love to buy pre-loved bags, so why not put them back into the market so someone else can buy them pre-loved, and we keep recycling, you know, our leather goods a little more sustainable and all that, which I really like that idea as well. Like I said, I just have so many, and since we've been in the house now for over a year, it's just like one of those things where you're like, do I really need all this stuff? And I am, as you guys will see in another video, going a little bit more down the Hermes route, and that stuff is very expensive, so these bags fund other bags from Hermes. So without further ado, let's jump into this. And bag number one is a Celine bag, and I think that's very surprising because I love Celine, but just let me tell you the story about this bag. So this is the Celine bag. It is a very cute Celine Nano. It is tricolor, so there's three colors. You have the black, you have this like vanilla cream color, so it is not white. It is actually even more yellow in person than it is showing up on the screen. And then you have this beautiful cognac color. So I originally purchased this from Fashionphile in 2017. And when I went to sell it back to Fashionphile, it still had the Fashionphile tags on it, so I had to cut them off. And they are still in here because, guys, I straight up, here they are, straight up never ever used this bag. Ever. I bought it. Okay, I was gonna get them out, but like here's all the Fashionphile cards. You can kind of see like the tag is in there. There's a little like bobber thing. But I had purchased this bag because I had just bought the smooth leather in the all blue, and I really loved it. I was like, oh, let's get a little more neutral color. At the time, this bag was pretty expensive, so this was a really good price. And then I realized, and I have realized since, like I said, 2017, and I have never used it, that I prefer the full colored ones. And I like both the smooth leather and the drum leather. I have a fully black drum leathered one and then a like electric blue smooth leather one. I just am not the biggest fan of the tricolored look. I actually love the tricolored look in the bigger bags, but I don't love it in the nano size. Plus, this kind of cream yellow color, like I said, is actually more like cream yellow in person, and it is really hard to match. So every time I would take this bag out to wear it, I'd realize it didn't match as well as I wanted to, and a lot of times go for a different Celine Nano or go for a totally different bag in general. So this little bag is adorable, but I literally never used it. So back to Fashionphile she goes. And I still love the Nano, but I think if you were going to buy a Nano, I would buy a solid colored one. And if I was choosing between smooth and the drummed, I'd go with the drummed. So like I said, cute bag, but guys, literally still had its tags on it when I went to sell it. That's not good. And that means you have too many bags and you don't use them. So I think this will probably be the only Celine that leaves my collection. I have gone through most of my Celine collection. There's one other bag that I'm considering, but I'm undecided on that one, so it's not in this video. Bag number two is another double that I also have in many colors, actually just two, but I will be selling one, and it is in this big Givenchy dust bag, and it is the, oh, tie the dust bag because I find the Givenchy dust bag, like little drawstrings, do not stay tied well, and I want them to stay in their dust bag so they don't get any sun damage, even though I always keep the shades down in this room. And it is my Givenchy grained goat skinned, or as they say, a sugared goat skinned, in this beautiful beige color in the medium size with silver hardware. As you can see, this bag does have a little scuff mark right there. I bought it like that. I bought it like that in winter of 2016. So I've had this bag for a long time. I have used it, but I have not used it in years because I actually prefer, I have one of these, same size, same hardware color, but it is navy, and I prefer the navy. I also think that if I had really loved this bag and used this bag a lot, I would have fixed the mark on this bag, wherever it is, right here. I would have fixed the mark on this bag you guys can see it kind of like got scuffed on something before I bought it. And it's definitely something that leather surgeons can fix. I just didn't love this bag enough to fix it. And I didn't carry it enough to fix it. I think for me, especially in the lighter colors in the medium, this bag looks really, really big. And I love a big bag, but sometimes the lighter colors are just a little too much. And I think it looks much better in the navy. So I haven't used it in years. There's like no, besides that one scuff, like real marks on it. I just, you know, am kind of holding on to things and was like, why am I holding on to both of these when clearly I only want to really use one? And honestly, I think the Antigona is a classic for the Givenchy fashion house, but I do think it definitely has, you know, it's a little more trendy because Givenchy is just a little bit more trendy of a fashion house than like some of the other real classics. And like I said, nothing wrong with trendy bags. I own a ton of them, but at this point I don't need multiple colors of the trendy bag. And lastly, this one I have a little more to talk about as it is, I think, a style that I'm coming to realize does not work for me. And that is, get it out. I should actually probably like, you guys, actually I can show you this because you probably didn't know you could do this. But that is my Chloe Faye in the biscotti beige. And you'll be like, where's the chain? So actually, this is a fun fact. When I store it, I store the chain inside because the chain part comes off. And if you slide this guy, the like little bull ring, a little bit to one side, you can see that you can pull it off right there. It becomes smaller and you can just pull off the chain. So you're not having the metal rub on the bag the whole time, which is actually something I learned from a sales associate in a Nordstrom's. So now this is probably a little more how you remember the Chloe Faye looking. This is the all leather Faye and it is biscotti beige, which is this like beautiful pink nude. But the whole time I have had this bag, I have never carried it. I think it is stunning. I love how it looks, but every time I go to carry it, it misshapens in a way that bothers me. So as you can see, this bag is very, very thin. And you can actually see it's bulging out a little bit because that's because the strap is in it. And whenever you put anything in it, so let me put in my small Gucci compact wallet. Like this is a very small wallet. It fits in all my mini bags. It is a little thicker, but it is small. As soon as you put this in here, which number one, it only fits in one, like it would fit in this front pocket, but then the bag won't close. So it only fit in this middle pocket. And you will see that you're gonna start kind of getting this bulge on the sides. See that? Because the bag is so flat, you're kind of start to misshapen it, and the more you put in it, so that's only one wallet in here, guys. The more you put in it, the more it kind of does this, and then on the side of the body, I do not find this flattering at all. It's a very beautiful bag, but the problem with the medium size of the Faye is it is so flat that it is very difficult to put anything in. So it's like something you'd want to wear with nothing in it just to take pictures, and that's pointless for me to have as a bag. And like I said, I love the color. I would only buy this one all leather because the suede definitely discolors. But I think if you really want a Chloe Faye, the better options are either the backpack or the mini because the mini is much thicker on the sides. Actually, I might have the mini right around here. So I do have a mini as well. No, there's the Drew. Oh wait, I do have it, guys. Okay, let me show you what I mean. This is what I mean when I say I have a lot of handbags. Like I don't always know where they're stored. Problems. So this is my Chloe Faye in the mini size. This one is not all leather. This is actually dark green with a suede. And I was okay with getting the suede on this because one, I think I paid $200 for this bag. And two, because it's such a dark suede, it's not really going to show any sort of denim or wear. But you guys will see on the side, this bag is much thicker than the Chloe medium. And they're also very different looking, I think. Like you can tell they're very different looking. But like, as you can see, like this one's supposed to be thin and has something in it right now. And this one has nothing in it, but already has that sort of structure. So if I take out my mini wallet out of this medium Chloe Faye and let it go back to being very small, and I take my mini and take out, because I did have a little bit of fluffing in it. Take that out and just put my little wallet in it. You will see that this has gotten not distorted at all. You literally cannot tell I put my wallet in there. And now this guy is back to being his normal, like very skinny size, just with his strap in there. So there's definitely a very big difference between the width of these two bags. And if you're still, you know, kind of liking the Chloe Faye, which I know is not as in style as it once was, I would definitely go with the mini size. The only downfall to me of the mini is that, as you guys can kind of see, these little flaps kind of will fold under a little bit. But this is a crossbody bag, so you're not really setting it down unless you're storing it. So something to keep in mind, but I do find that the mini is just the better value. Like I said, you can get really good deals right now. And two, it's a better width. Like, you can actually put stuff in here without distorting the look of the bag. So I have thought about selling my Chloe Faye medium like 3 or 4 times. I think I've gotten a quote from Fashion File like 3 times. And I finally just decided, like, there are other pieces I want out there. This is the time for me to sell it. Obviously not getting as much as I would have gotten if I had sold it, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, but I just loved the biscotti beige color, but I don't use it. I have not used it. So there's no point of just keeping things that are just sitting there. And like I said, I need this money for a mez. So I would rather, you know, put it into that or just put it into savings than just having it sit on my shelf in a bag that I never ever use. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Those are the 3 bags I am currently selling. There are definitely more bags to come as I keep cataloging and realizing just how much I have. And, you know, don't need all these bags. I think, you know, I could keep all of them and keep purchasing. And even with that, I just don't need them. So I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I just keep having things that are like gathering dust? It seems very pointless, because to me, bags are something to be used, and yes, they are works of art in my mind, but they're also works of art to be used. You know, you're kind of using a work of art when you are taking it out and displaying it, but like, people don't come into my closet. I don't display my closet. So selling them, all of these are actually going to Fashion File. By the time you see this video, they're probably already at Fashion File, probably up on their website. I do sometimes list on my Instagram bags that I'm selling, but I find for convenience, Fashion File is the easiest. I do have a Fashion File drop-off at my local Neiman Marcus in Palo Alto. So it's like 5 minutes from my house. I just drive there, I drop it off, and then they take over all the shipping and everything. And I find when I do that, I get paid a lot quicker than when I ship it in myself. And the people at the Fashion File place are really nice. Of course, that I'm in Neiman Marcus, so I'm looking at other bags because I can't help myself. And, you know, trying things on, and that is always nice to do, especially when you're like, oh yay, I just, you know, sold something and make myself some money. So like, what should I get? Which is bad. I'm sure my husband wishes the drop-off point wasn't in Neiman's, but it is. So what can you do? But if you like these sort of videos, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. If you want to see how I style my bags, please make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and my blog, all of which are linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.